And guys, just going to give you a prelude of the project bikes we got coming through. This is a 100% original, 3,000 miles. Original right down to the tires. 68 BSA 500. Really cool piece. So we're not going to do a restoration of it. We're just going to do more of a preservation service on that one. Then I've got this BMW 1000 with a hot rod motor. Paris to the car bike. This is a hill climber we're going to run at Munson. Coming up soon, we're going to try to schedule a winter hill climb. I'm going to do a restoration on that. We got a Honda 50, a Harley Davidson Aramachi. That's Hollywood's KZ 400 we're going to do. The Team Hack TTR 200. Got a couple of nice, this is a 1970 Yamaha AT 125. We're going to do a preservation restoration service and another Yamaha 125. We got a Honda XR 500 single cylinder thumper. This is kind of a cool piece. I wish you had seen this one. We got this at Rice-A-Rama for like 300 bucks. It's I think a 68 Yamaha AT1, I think it is. It's a 250. We completely rebuilt the motor with a new cylinder. And the motor's the best running 250 from that era I've ridden of this model. Rebuilt the forks. So we're going to be going right through that one. And another one, RD350. This is a purple RD350. Sent the tins out to be professional painted. This is a cool piece too. This might be the one, Charles. This is, if you're looking for something from this era, this is a 68, or it might be 69 Yamaha AT1. Actually, this is the one we bought for $275. Not that one, I get a little confused. This one, we've already redone the hubs, the spokes in the rim, and the forks, and the chrome, and the bars. The tins were sent out to be professionally painted. This is the motor, I'm sorry, I was confused. This is the one that has a new cylinder on it. The new rear, the original hub has been polished, spokes, brand new tires. This one's gonna be stunning. This would be a cool bike to feature in that build that you're talking about. Then I've got I think 73 Honda 354. The tins are out for professional paint. And this is the one I thought was kind of cool too. This is a 19, I think it's a 65 Honda CB160 with the vermin tank. This was a total pile of shit when we got it. And the engine was seized and it was all crusty and dusty and rusty. And the seats rotted, but the bones were good, and it only had 378 miles on it. So me and the boys, we weren't sure what to do with it. We're gonna either sell it for parts, and it's like, with this low miles, and the bones were good. We said, screw it, let's do it. So we had Jeff Casting at All Sport Cycles rip the motor right down to the crank and unseized the pistons and honed the cylinders, put new pistons and rings, and redid the motor. All the componentry was basically like brand new. It was just seized from sitting with 300 miles. The gearbox is brand new, as is the crank. I've got a new seat for it. We're going to paint the fenders, and I've got the original tank. We're going to do like a Gas Monkey garage restoration on this. We're just going to clear coat over the original paint on the tank, so it'll have a real vintage look. That's a cool piece. So I would suggest probably this one for the project bike, or this 68 Yamaha. That's going to be a super cool piece. Then we've got this Yamaha YZ125 that we're doing up. This is, believe it or not, the guy that owned this, he got in a severe accident and had some health issues, and he's not going to ride anymore, but he put an obscene amount of money on this bike, over 10 grand, did a frame-off restoration. The forks, it's got a $3,000 set of Simmons forks on it, and there's some real special components on this thing. Race Tech shock and everything, so that's going to be a cool piece. Then moving over, BSA, to this side here, we've got a couple of CZs. This is something you won't see every day. If this is a bike you want to feature, I've got the CZ Yamaha. I've got a 73 Yamaha YZ125. I've got this Penton 125. This is a cool piece. We're going to put original Falk fenders on it. So one owner bike. We bought it from the original owner. It needs a preservation / restoration services done on it. And then I've got another Honda 1980 CR125. So I would say, if you're looking for a late 60s, early 70s model This Penton might be an idea. The CZ might be an idea, but I'm still leaning towards the Honda with the Vermin tank or the Yamaha on the other side. Got another CZ that recently, after being resurrected and taken out of its 20-year storage, the previous owner forgot about the air filter bolt, and there was no air filter in the air filter. Somehow a bolt got sucked through the carburetor into the piston and blew the motor up, so that needs a crank up rebuild. Here's another really cool looking CZ. That's a cool piece. I'm really looking forward to doing that. Then we've got an ST90. This will be getting maybe not a frame off restoration because it costs us about $5,000 to do one of those in parts and labor, but we're gonna get it going. Got a DR125 and 2 Suzuki RT80s that we're gonna resurrect, and this really cool Honda ATC90. I think this is like a 1970. So if you want to do a trike, we've got a cool trike to do. So these are all our parts bikes over here. These, we're probably not going to restore these, but we may use components from these to restore another bike. These are the Suzuki twins. These right here, I think they call them Twingles or something like that. It's kind of gay, but I guess there's a cult following on these things. And some more parts bikes back here. Heading into the project row, we've got KDX. That's a parts bike. Got this really cool MZ. This is something you're not going to see very often. This thing runs like a top. We've already done the mechanical repairs on it. Then I've got a 2 Honda SL350s we're going to redo. Those are 4-stroke twin street bikes. You might want to consider one of these for that 70s look you're after there, Charles. But I like this Yamaha right here. This is going to be a cool piece, and I like the Vermin, this one right here, because the contrast between what it is and what it will be pretty cool. And that one's already got a new motor, and that one we already did a brand new motor. So these are the bikes that are waiting to be done, and we're ordering parts and that kind of thing. Then we've got my cult favorite, the CR500 and 86 we're going to do. Another DT400. We've been doing a lot of these. We got this drag chopper right here. Not sure what direction we're going with that. And a couple of cool vintage Honda scooters. This is another, these are Cub 90. This is a 1968, I think, and a 70 Passport and an MB5. It's a 2-stroke single cylinder bike that we're gonna restore, and another Honda 65 Super Sport. This is kind of a cool piece too. It's only a 65, Charles, but it's from that area I'm looking from, and it has a cool look. I've got a new black and white seat cover. This little thing will clean up like a new penny. Disregard the way they look now, because that's what we do. We take bikes and restore them. Got the 2-stroke MB5. There's a cult following on those. The little 65 Sport. If one of these catches your eye, let me know. Here's my little collection of 2-stroke chambers from GT550 Suzukis and GT750s and some RD stuff, and I got an RZ set of pipes. This is the tip of the iceberg. We've got massive parts collections from over the years. So here we are in the detail shop. These are current projects the boys are working on. We got an XR 600R Honda. That's going to be a stunning piece. We've got a Honda Magna. This was actually, I was told Arlen Ness came up with this design for Honda, and this is, we got a new paint job on it, brand new tires, carbs have been rebuilt, new battery. That's a cool piece. This GS 750 with a full carbon style wrap on it, and 4-cylinder 4-into-1 Kirker on it. We've got this Suzuki TS 185. This is a cool vintage bike, new paint job on it, brand new tires. The engine's been reconditioned. That's going to be a real nice piece. Then we got a couple of brand new NOS bikes. I got an NOS brand new, never been ridden Honda CR125 Elsinore. That's just down here for a fluff and buff, and we're going to change all the fluids and get it fired up. That's a very rare piece of brand new 16 or 17-year-old motorcycle. Then this is a really special piece. This is a 1993 Harley Davidson FLSTN Cow Glide that I bought one of these brand new. Kind of a cool story behind that. They sold out of these. You couldn't get one. Actually, I put a deposit on one, and when it came in, I couldn't come up with the money. I was 28 years old, so I worked my ass off all summer long, and you could have bought it brand new from the dealer for about 15 grand, but people were hawking them for thousands more. So this one's 100% original. It has only 1,320 miles. It's number 2306 out of 2700, and it's a stunner. I actually drove to New Jersey and bought one with about the same amount of miles. I paid $16,750, and the guy wanted cash, so I bought a brown bag full of cash and a big Bowie knife in case anybody messed with me out, and my hammer of justice. So you never know when you're going into the city to buy a bike with that much cash. It could always be a setup. So, but I love that thing. It was awesome, and I ended up buying a house when I actually got pregnant with Taylor, and we actually used this bike as a deposit. The guy gave me $20,000 off the price of a $200,000 house. That was the end of my Cow Glide, but I've owned a few of them since then. So this toolbox right here, my mom bought me when I was 16 years old. So the guys here all use my tools, but they know not to fuck with them, or we'll have a serious issue. So they try to, it's difficult sharing your tools with everybody, but these are my toolboxes, and I trust the guys. I let them use them. This countertop here, it's got like 3 coats of poly on it. And this is my first snap-on toolbox I ever got. I always wanted one since I was a kid, and I got it last year. So I bought it used. New ones are too expensive. If you haven't signed up, please click on the subscribe page. So as I clean the sidewalks here, here's a Buell Ulysses with 200 miles on it. Basically brand new, 200 miles. Kick-ass piece of American muscle. About 100 horsepower. It's a 1203 Thunderstorm engine, perimeter frame. Very cool piece. So we got 7 lifts in here and 9 guys, so getting a lot of production done. This is the one of 2 shops we have. The other one's up on the other end. Take a ride up to the showroom. One of my friends, clients and friend, has dropped off a couple of Husqvarna's 1980 OR 250s. I want to go check them out. So the buildings are actually, I looked it up in the Bible, it's 20 feet longer than Noah's Ark in total length. There's 5 stories on this building right here. On this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's about 5 feet taller than Noah's Ark, but it's narrower. Noah's Ark was about 50 feet wide, if I remember correctly. This is only 35. So we own both sides of the road here. Total of 11 acres, and then we own the house on the hill. That's where Junior lives up there. We call it the Bigsby house because it was owned by Mr. Bigsby, the guy who ran the museum. The textile factory when it was a textile factory. The river actually ran through here because the mill was built before electricity existed, before the internal combustion engine existed in 1814, before gasoline was and electricity existed. So this building was built 205 years ago, and it was entirely water powered. This is Bill Blythe, former Isle of Man 5-time veteran and national caliber racer. I've got this Indian, Charles, if you want to do something unique. That's a 70s Indian. I've got this Kawasaki 250 that we just did the cosmetic preservation service on. It's in here for mechanics. I've got the 72 XS 650 Yamaha, an 85 last year of the rigid mount FX style frame, first year of the Evolution motor. Got this cool sidecar rig. This might be one you might want to consider us doing. It's a 1970 sidecar rig. That's a cool piece. Honda, that'll be beautiful. And this is one we're keeping. This is an XR 250. That's going to be one we keep around here for riding. I've got this cool Suzuki RTV 90 also, and a nice Bultaco that we just did a cosmetic restoration. By that I mean we kept the original paint job on it because it's still cool, and we painted the frame and the motor, but left the original seat on it, so it's a really cool piece. Let's go in here. Let's see what we have in here, Charles. This is an interesting bike, 1970 Honda CB350 with 143 original miles, and I have a brand new NOS Suzuki DRZ 400 SM Supermoto. When I say brand new, it's never been started. It's, what year is this DRZ?
That's 06.
06, so it's 13 years old, part of the NOS collection we just bought. Got a couple of Rough Hustler mini bikes. I've got a Roadster too, and a Hustler. Charles, you might be interested in this. This is a Honda 250cc two-stroke trike ATC 250R. Super rare, super valuable. I've also got this Triumph here. We did a kind of like a Gas Monkey garage where we've seen where they just clear coat over the rust. We left the original kind of crusty paint job on it, but redid some of the cosmetics on it, so it has a cool look to it. That's the gas tank that goes on the trike out there. This is one of the hill climb bikes. This is the KTM 380. I have a stretch swing arm that goes on it. This will probably be sending up at Munson. This is one we did a frame off on. It's a YZ250. We got an XT225 Cero that is in for a quick tune-up and a new seat cover. What do we got over here? This is a BSA. I think it's a 56. Billy's got a, this is a 58 BMW R26. I've got a Jimmy Ellis 1974 Can-Am 250. This one is a replica of the bike he won the national AMA National Championship on, a 74. I've got an 80 Husqvarna 250 we just restored. A red AT, another brand new NOS 2006. Never been started, never been ridden, KX 450. People are, sometimes do that. And then I've got a brand new RM 250 here that's never had gas in the gas tank. We are going to fire it up for the first time. It's 24 years old. Very kind of a cult classic. GS 750 Cafe Racer with Fox shocks. And a KTM 380. And then, of course, the Trio 500. It's the Kaplan America CR 500. Juniors CR 500. The graphics just got done on it. And then my race bike, my 97 CR 500. This is when I won the 500 shootout on 2 years in a row. So I'm going to go for a three-peat, but there's a lot of people that want to dethrone me. Here's another, this is Charles, here's another candidate, 68 AT1 Yamaha. We started a frame off on this about, 9 months ago. Sometimes these things take forever. It's hard to explain why unless you've done one. But this is a complete frame off restoration on a 3,000 mile bike. So these are where our world-class techs are. Jimmy, Billy, and Chris, the Wizard, and we are actually training a new guy over here, an entry-level guy who does Kaban or Brown Batman. He does a lot of the Wizard, what happened to your shoe?
KX 450 bit me. Did a little bite on my cheap Walmart $10 sneakers.
No, that's not supposed to happen on a four-stroke, huh?
No, I should be wearing boots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I know.
That could have been a broken
Yeah, so I
Achilles.
just wanted to show it to you before I throw it out.
Jesus. That's like a trophy.
Yeah.
That's Junior at Southwood. That's me getting the whole shot. That's me. That's me back when I raced every freaking weekend. I won 16 championships on mostly Yamaha 450s, and Junior was on a 125 at this point. He's probably 15 years old. Kid can ride for sure. Guys, this is Jimmy Laurinaitis. Jimmy is a real inspiration to us here. He came here a couple months ago. Actually, how many months has it been now?
About 3 months.
About 3 months. And Charles, I'm not sure if you met him, but Jimmy's a world-class mechanic. Who's you actually the Street Outlaw guys with the car racing? You were involved with that at one point, were you?
No, I just knew those guys from my kind of hobby.
Oh, if you go on Jimmy's Facebook page, there's some videos of his race car that he built. Jimmy's a world-class mechanic, and he's had to work on disability, but he was kind of. I'll let you say it on your own words. How did you feel when you weren't working?
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing to do leads to you know, trouble.
Yeah.
So for me to be here, it's a blessing actually. It's part of my therapy too. I really enjoy it. Love it.
You mentioned to me earlier when I came up, what'd you say to me earlier about, because you were out sick yesterday, and I started feeling.
Sorry about the voice too. Yeah, when I'm not here, I'm miserable actually. It's weird. It's like this is like a home, like a calling.
You love motorcycles.
Period.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, everything about bikes.
And I don't know if Charles knows about your medical history. What exactly did you go through?
Well, heart transplant.
And this was a major setback. You're out of work for how long?
Years.
Years.
Yeah, years.
So Jimmy's on disability. He volunteers here. Comes in. At first it was only a few hours a week, but now he's in here almost every day. And a real inspiration now is he's got probably the best attitude of anybody who works here. Everybody loves him. So, and he just makes everybody's day a little bit brighter. And because of his attitude, and I think his love for life after being through what he went through, I think he has a gratitude that most people who haven't been through anything.
When you're really happy to pull in the driveway here,
Yeah.
like excited every day.
Usually,
you can't beat that.
you're the only guy that works here that's waiting when I pull in. You're like the first one here. So, Jimmy, we're blessed and love to have you on the team. I just wanted to share with Charles because your story is such an inspiring thing that that restoration on the bike. Jimmy wants to restore. Jimmy wants to restore a special motorcycle, a Yamaha HL500 race bike, and have it be symbolic of his recovery from before the heart transplant and after. And that's basically what was Jimmy's idea, and we're going to do that. If you want to use it on the show, Charles, let us know, okay, brother? Jimmy's here with us for the long haul. Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Charles, we're going to be filming this for Harvard, actually, right? Harvard Hospital.
We'll film it and I'll show it to my heart transplant coordinator at Yale New Haven Hospital.
Tell me about your struggle. What you just mentioned to me earlier.
I started off with I was extremely sick, and when I went in for my evaluation, I had the heart of an 80-pound, 80-year-old sick lady. But I refused to give up. I kept pushing and pushing every day. The smile on my face, to keep my nose up, to never take anything for granted, just be happy. Every moment is precious.
Yeah, did you say you actually died a couple times?
Yeah. I also
what happened there?
During some of the operations, we had some loss of life.
And you recovered from that.
Yeah,
Some
they
loss.
saved
That's
me.
so, see, for to hear that is just, for me, is just a miracle. That you came back from that and are the picture of health now. I mean, you seem to be doing excellent. I know you got the flu right now, so your voice is kind of shitty, but it's just awesome. And I think you mentioned earlier that it was your will for life. That
Yeah.
and what an inspiration your story can be from people who are struggling, who don't know. There is hope that you can get back to doing what you love to do.
No
Matter of fact,
matter what.
this is Jimmy's dirt bike right here. This is the 380. This is your 380, right?
Yep.
This is a KTM 380. It's one of the most powerful two-stroke ever made. Kenny said he likes it better than a CR 500. And Jimmy's going to be riding this summer. And that's a message of hope right there. One of the most physically demanding hobbies you could have. I know you're not going to go huck the triple on it, but
No.
you're going to be out riding it with us.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that because, I mean, if you look at me, since my heart transplant, I did gain a bunch of weight. And that can't be. So part of me being here and this stuff is also part of that therapy of losing weight and staying in shape.
Absolutely, and to have something to look forward to that gives you the hope, and that works for me too. I always look forward to going to Daytona in the middle of winter here, in the end of February, and I know how you feel knowing you have that to look forward to. So that's just awesome.
Yeah, and then plus everybody here is awesome too. It's like when you come, like when I come down here, they're like my best friend, like brothers, cousins, uncles almost. Actually, everybody here is great like that too.
Yeah, we have a really awesome work environment. So glad to have you on the team, and thanks for sharing your story.
I'm honored too, and I'm grateful.
Thank you for sharing your story of hope for those who may not have had the fortune to recover fully like you yet. you are a symbol of hope and faith that they can get through it and live a life of joy again. So God bless you, brother. We love you.
Bless you too, Ken. Thanks.
Guys, got to meet a new member of the team here. This is Kavan. How you doing, brother?
Good, how are you?
What's your nickname?
Brown Batman.
And why do they call you that?
'Cause I love Batman and I'm brown.
Yeah, so he's Rockville's greatest and latest, newest superhero. And I got to show you his car outside. I got all Batmaned up. And how many kids do you have?
3.
How old are they?
2, 3, and 7.
Girls? All girls?
All girls.
And what is your occupation here?
I am a motorcycle service guy.
Yep. And what are you doing on this one today?
This one needs an overall look through, make sure everything works, make sure it's running up the top bar, change spark plugs, do a couple little odd end things.
The gas tank on this, you're going to learn how to do a soda blast on the interior of a gas tank to clean that up today. It's getting a new seat cover, a new battery, a new chain, and then a full tune-up. So Kay is, his nickname, we call him Kay, right? That's what your friends call him? So Kay is working here in the service department. We started him out in the detail shop where we were earlier, and he's moved up here because he displayed the highest mechanical aptitude of anybody down there. So in his family history, your dad is a mechanic too, right?
Yeah. Mechanic all his life.
What's your dad's name?
Rob.
Rob?
Yep.
So usually the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and Kay is here trying to get an education from the best in the business, from the Wizard and from Jimmy and Billy. So welcome aboard.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So Wizard, we were talking last night about the hill climb. You're gonna compete also, correct?
Yeah, it looks like it.
And somehow we got to figure out to get his Wizard hat. Hey Wizard, did you figure out how you're gonna attach your hat to the helmet?
Thinking some type of a string.
Okay. And what's that represent?
Strippers.
What do you know about that?
I just like strippers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to visit once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where else can you go to see all that for $1?
And what do you say about it? What's your saying?
Strippers, rippers, and beers?
Yeah.
Rippers meaning dirt bike.
Dirt bikes.
Yeah.
All right. So say it with your Massachusetts accent.
Strippers, rippers, and beers.
All right, brother. We were just talking about the hill climb. You think you'd be physically capable of giving it a whirl, or
When is it?
not to put you on the spot? The weekend after next. I tell you what, if you want to do it, we will help you get your bike dialed in and send it. That would be an inspiration.
Oh, actually, you know what? I shouldn't say anything. I thought you could do it.
I'm pretty sure you could too.
The bike needs probably.
Billy, are you going to send it up the mountains?
Was it?
Yeah. That's what I like to hear. No hesitation. So we're going to set up the KTM 380, the CR 250. My CR 500's getting a stretch swing arm. He's ordering it today. And so we have a few competitors here. Wizard's definitely sending it. I'm sending it. Junior's sending it. You're gonna. Are you gonna? Yes or no?
I'm gonna put an extension on my KTM 450 and try to send
Probably
it.
whip all our asses. I mean, I pretty much put my money on you or Junior
I'm
probably.
so late. Last time I did it, I clicked in the third gear and I left it and I made that in like
Third gear all the way to the top.
12 seconds. Third gear just held it over.
So what's this maybe bullshit? You're definitely gonna. And Billy, you're gonna send it. How old are you, Billy?
Over 40.
Over 40? so I don't know if they have a 60 plus pass, but if there is, I put my money on you.
All right, man. They got a 125 class?
You gonna want to do it on a 125? Do you have a bike you want to send it?
YZ 125.
Get it in here. Get it in here and order your
Yamaha
tires and
Powerhouse.
shit.
Yeah. Get in
Absolutely. Yeah, bring it in and get it dialed in. Well, you got a week from this Sunday, okay? So let's not hesitate.
All right.
You boys need to get your shit together. All right. So we're going up the stairs here to the second floor. This room is the same exact size as the service department below, but this is our showroom. This is where we all sit. Junior's probably doing a photo shoot. That's my favorite bike, my BMX bike. And these are the bikes that just showed up today. Crusty, rusty, and dusty, but we're gonna restore it. This is a Husqvarna 250, just like the one you saw downstairs, restored. Then I've got Big Black, the KLR 60D, and Big Red, the XR60D, the Dyna, FXDXT, the FXDSE, and the FXDLS. 95, 110, and 117. Then my GS1000, Junior's KZ, then our charity ride bike. This is a tribute bike to Officer Brian Asselton was killed in the line of duty. It's here at the museum forever, as is his CB100 and my trusty Cannondales. This is our spare bike we keep for friends and family that come up and need a bike to ride. This is another young man had died and his mom donated it to the museum forever, and we ride it. Mark Vesco's bike, Cody's bike, then our KTM Adventure 1190, K1200, F800, Cafe Racer. This is one Doc's restoring. And this is another one that just showed up. This is a KTM 390, rusty and crusty, but it's all there and runs, as does this other Husqvarna 250. We're going to restore these, so stay tuned for those metamorphoses. Then we go across the bridge. There's a architectural drawings in the museum when we first started restoring it. So across the bridge, the third floor sales showroom. Now, Charles, if you see anything you like here that you want us to focus on, got the Ricky Carmichael, Doug Henry, and Stanton championship winning bikes at the New England Hall of Fame wall. These are all bikes on the left here, that SL350 that we restored. I don't really see them in here that really fits your profile for what you're looking for, but if something catches your eye, I can do a close-up of it for you. Little Taco we restored. This is a cool piece, this Penton. I have a full video on this one. Even the bathrooms are cool here. It's Joe Keller. It's vintage Honda stuff. Got some real badass choppers over here if you want to do the chopper thing. Not a problem. We got you covered there too. I mean, these things are sick. It was made by Johnny at Bat City Customs. And then we've got this absolutely insane 1327 drag race motor in a chopper frame. An old Bridgestone, beautiful. SL175s. These are ones, Charles, that fit that profile of a 60s, 70s, 6970. This is a stunning green one that was frame up. All four of these, the 175, these three, and the 350, and the two other 175s are frame up restorations. This one's going to the UK. We just sold this one at auction. It's a 1995 CR500. This sold for $8,000, less than I thought it would, to be honest with you. The last one was sold for $10,500. This just sold, I think, for $6,000. That's a CR250. And then I've got a Mugen. I can't believe this is still here. Mugen CR250. It's on eBay right now for like, I think, $6,000. The cylinder alone is a $3,000 item. You can't even get them. This is my badass hot rod, Manic Mechanic, built Predator engine, death machine. 65, if you want to do a mini bike. And stunning original Husky 250, XL175, and just down the road here, these are all the bikes that are listed on eBay for sale right now. We just sold this 900. I've got, you want two strokes, Charles? We got the S1 250 triple frame up restoration. That thing's a 100-point bike. Then we've got a 92-point 350 and then a 500. So we've got 250, 350, and 500 triples. Here's the fourth SL175. Just dig this green color. Got a couple cool videos on that. This was the frame off restoration. I think it was like 230 hours on this thing. Stunning. And I got a BSA. If you want to do a vintage motocross bike, Charles, there you go. 67 441. If you want a badass scooter, we got this one. We got the Honda, and I've got the 67 Harley over here. So, not sure exactly what it is you're looking for. You said maybe a two-stroke. We've got those nice Buell, a Goldwing, 490, and a TL. These are all the museum bikes down here. I'm not sure if anyone will catch your eye down here, but we're up here, so might as well take a walk through, I guess. All vintage motocross on the left. Of course, I've got the Rokons over here to the right. You name it, we've got it. You want a real crusty original Rokon, we've got that. With the chainsaw and the gas cans, you want a Honda ATC. These are owned by one of our friends, Frank Sergnes. That's his 420 and his 80. We've got a Hell's Angel Harley here, but we can't ride that unless you're a full patch brother. So this is one of the probably the nicest dynos I've ever seen. This thing's insane. Bultaco, got some Rokon Trail 140s, an SL 350, another 350 Rokon automatic. That's a cool piece. Look at this thing. Rokon. This is another permanent museum bike, as is this. Long story behind this one, my good friend Candy Williams and Ron Williams was their dads. An AMF Harley Davidson, if you want to do a two-stroke Harley, a Kawasaki 90, a GPZ 305, on and on and on. And one of the world's only brand new, never started Cannondales, fuel injected in another BSA 441 Victor engine and another rep. So conference table, I've got these tables here. We can set these up as a conference table, push two of them together, and have seating for, I don't know, 12 or whatever. So conference table is not going to be a problem. Move that down the other end. Nice Schwinn. Let's go up the north stairs here to the 4th floor. This is a unique stair tower. You'll never see something like this, man. It's all concrete. It's 205 years old. Concrete and brick. And as you can see, we're up on the 4th floor now. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. And actually on the far end, there's 5 floors because it has a lower level. 4th floor. We'll be making 2 out of these 379 125s. We're up on the 4th floor now. The lighting's not that good, but we'll do a walkthrough with you up here. These are all bikes that are going to be coming up soon. This is a 85 Harley Davidson. I think you saw that downstairs. Honda 250. There's an 82 250. Big wheel bike. This is a cool piece right here, Charles. Suzuki 1973 TS100, street legal. I've got a Norton 750. That's almost done with the restoration process. A super nice frame-off restoration on a GS450, labor of love by a Manic Mechanic, Jeff Castine. GS 1100. Frame-off on a 94 YZ250. There's our XR250. There's a GT750 Water Buffalo that we're almost done with. A Honda Magna. A Road King predecessor, Road King style. Stunning Evolution Harley Davidson. Blue and white C70. Another 400. This is the 500 Jimmy wants to restore as kind of a symbol of his recovery from heart replacement surgery. So truly an inspiring story we'd like to share with the world. These are all bikes we'll be going through in the near future also. Penton 400. A Steve McQueen 1970 era Husqvarna 360 Sportsman. There's 2 of those, this one and that one. This one just had a complete restoration of the tank. This one's the original tank with a dent in it. Another Penton 175, a KX 500 2-stroke, a Penton 400, a Can-Am, another Penton, and